Hey everyone, it's Tom, your Moab coordinator for Jeep Jamboree USA. Just touching base with everybody. You know, it's the middle of summer, and in a few months, before you know it, the Moab Jamboree will be here. That's coming up October 26th through the 29th. And I know this year it's sold out really fast, and I know there's a huge wait list. And several of you have reached out to me to find out what's the possibility of you still getting to go. And all I can say is keep in touch with the corporate office, because they actually monitor the wait list. I don't. However, I can tell you this, I'm working with the corporate staff over there and my trail guides to see if we can actually accommodate a few extra Jeepers this year at the Moab Jamboree. So stay tuned on that. If we can work that out and get a few extra Jeeps in, I'm sure that corporate will be in contact. They'll go down the list and see who can still come out for that Jamboree. With that in mind, I know like so many of you, you're probably making your little tweaks and whatnot, getting ready for the upcoming Jamborees, and I've been doing some tweaks myself. My most recent tweak that I did this summer was swapping out my Fox reservoir shocks for these new Falcon shocks. And I'll tell you, I've been really impressed with the fact that I went with the 3.1 adjustable piggybacks, and I really like the fact that I can make a nice soft ride on the pavement, and I've absolutely loved the feel of that ride around town, and the fact that I can turn it up to 3 and put that firmness back in that I've been used to, running the other shocks. But those are up there. You can see them, and you can see the adjustable knob right there. But the exciting thing today is that I'm down at the shop here. I'm out at Desert Rat in Albuquerque, which Desert Rat is a certified dealer for TerraFlex and Falcon. And I'm excited today because Falcon just started shipping out their adjustable steering stabilizers to complement the shock, and I've got one right here. So here's that steering stabilizer with the adjustable knob on the end, just like the shocks. So we're getting that installed today. We can take a look here what it looks like next to the one we're replacing. There you go. So this is the one that I had on there, the ATS from Fox, and you can see it now side by side. Let me zoom out there a little bit, next to the Falcon adjustable. So I'm looking forward to getting that put on today and letting you know how that works for me on the steering stabilizer part. All right, we're back from the shop, and we now have the Falcon 2.2 steering stabilizer installed. And I think sometimes I get myself confused on the numbers. For the shocks, the Falcon shocks that I have, those are the 3.3 series, which are the adjustable ones. I said a little bit earlier it was 3.1. The 3.1 are the piggyback, just like what I have, except they don't have the knob for adjustment. It's the 3.3 that has the adjustment. And then on the steering stabilizer, it's a 2.1 is non-adjustable, and the 2.2 is the one that has the adjustment knob on it. So now you can see it there right behind me, and it's beautiful because they did a nice job in terms of design to keep it tucked up and out of the way, out of harm's way, for clearance here. So it's up nice and high, and it's still very easy to get to the knob here to make the adjustment. And you can see whatever's facing you, that's your setting. So right now I have it set on soft, which is what I have my shock set on, and then just with a flip, I can go to medium or firm to adjust that ride for the pass-through on the shock here. So at the moment for pavement, I'm going to keep it on soft, and that's what I have my shocks. And the only difference between the stabilizer and the shocks is that on the shocks, and I'll show you that here in a sec, I'll go around to the rear so we can get a look at those. But on the shocks, they have a 1, 2, and 3. The 1 is soft and 3 is firm. And the difference here is that This has a medium setting, but on the shocks, that's the number 2 medium setting. But they give you a little black dial that you can actually, when it's on number 2, you can actually fine tune that from anywhere between soft and firm. So you can really tweak out how you want that ride to go. So that's the 2.2 steering stabilizer from Falcon. And let me just go over here to the rear of the Jeep so you can see the adjustment knobs on the shocks. Okay, so we're back here by the rear shocks, and of course there's that unique configuration where the reservoir is down below and the shaft is up high to protect the shaft from any nicks on rocks. And I mean, this design, this is very rugged, so I know it's going to be able to take a beating if it becomes exposed to rocks as they go by. But here, this is what I want to show you there. There's the dial right here. So right now I have it on a setting of 1, and for these you just flip 2 and then 3 for firm. But when you're on 2, there's a little black dial right in the middle there, and this black dial lets you actually twist and do a fine tune anywhere between soft and firm. So for now, again, I'm driving on pavement around town, and I have it on a setting of 1, which is the soft setting, and it really is night and day from what I was driving around before with the other shocks. All right, well, that's it for now. Hopefully any mods or tweaks that you're doing to your Jeep, you'll have them done in time for the upcoming Moab Jamboree. I look forward to seeing many of you out there again this year. And for those that are, like I said before, those that are on the wait list, we're going to see what we can do to maybe accommodate a few more of you. And otherwise, hopefully you can find another Jamboree. You can go out to jeepjamboreeusa.com and see the list of Jamborees across the country and see which ones are still available. And there's quite a few out there. So until then, happy trails and be safe.